Dust erupts into a brown cloud. Heavy caliber. Truck big. Close. I sprint left. Shots chase me and chew the edges of the doorway I dive through. The room I land in used to be a clerk's office. Now it's a box of paper ghosts and heat. I cross it and push out to a street that opens like a throat. And that's where I see them. 3 figures, one limping, one dragging him, one walking, backward and firing with measured discipline that reads like a name tag in my head contractor. The backward shooter has short sleeves rolled twice, square shoulders, a way of letting the rifle fall and rise that says he trusts his legs. He cuts a glance at me, fast math. On me, he barks not at me, but it lands in my chest the same. He drops to aim shots at a rooftop and steps, all the while making the rifle an argument the other side keeps losing. Machine minus gun fire rips the street in a new direction. The technical swings its snout toward them, and the brickwork coughs ray dust from a different wall. The limping man falters. The dragger yanks him and yells, "Rah!" The backward shooter shifts his fire to suppress, and I see him calculating how many breaths he can buy. I make my decision. There's no speech to it. I set the rifle, lean into the corner of a doorway, and give the truck a reason to look at me. The first burst punches the side of the hood, the second walks up the windshield frame. The gunner ducks. The driver flinches. The heavy barrel swings and tracks toward me, and the heat of that attention feels like the sun has focused its entire body on my ribs. Down, someone screams. Might be me. I throw myself to the floor as a slab of the arc above me explodes and rains mosaic teeth. The world goes white in a different way for a second, chalk roaring in my sinuses, grit shattering under my cheek. I roll, speak to my legs with a voice I haven't used since Mosul, and my legs listen. I pop up and fire again, shorter, now aiming for where the gunner's head should be at the edge of his shield. He drops out of sight. The truck lurches a foot and stops, backing the big gun away from the angle on me. Cover! The backward shooter yells, as if I hadn't already committed to the role. He drags his people toward my doorway. I see the limping man's face long enough to read pain, see the third's hand steady as if the world is a table he doesn't want to shake. I toss a smoke can, raid, down the street with the flick and snap my recruit commander used to call a cook's stoss. Its kidder S spins and burps out thick wine minus red fog. The street starts to write over itself, the lines going soft, edges erased, angles dying. On me, on me. I shout, and I am surprised at how good the words feel in my mouth, like remembering your own voice after weeks of not using it. They pile through the door, hot and close. The smoke wraps the doorway and mixes with dust until the air itself looks injured. I slam the door and slide a metal desk in front of it while the backward shooter takes the other side and helps shove. He looks at me then, green eyes behind brick dust, crow's feet that come from squinting into sun and not from laughing. Hellhound, he says, because he doesn't have time to say John Miller, and neither do I. Skillet, I answer, and he does me the courtesy of nodding like it's a real name. The limping man grits, jaw muscle jumping. The woman Alice, I learn later, but right now she's steady hands and quick eyes.